And welcome back. Inside Golf continues now with our teed off panel. Today we're making our debut at Bluestone Country Club in Bluebell, Pennsylvania. Looking forward to doing several more panels with teed off right here at Bluestone. Bluestone Country Club, you know, they have wellness classes, monthly membership events, more to offer than just golf. Diversity, family feel, and sense of belonging to a community. Membership growth's been achieved. They have more than 100 new members since it reopened as Bluestone. Pub night, grill night, you name it, right here at Bluestone Country Club. All right, let's meet our panel for this initial teed-off panel here at Bluestone. We have Joe Logan.
Good to be here.
Real first time for you. You've been around forever, right, Joe? Huh?
Pretty much.
MyPhillyGolf.com. Same for Kenny Dunnick. He is the editor, publisher. Hold it up. Your
Yes,
latest
sir.
edition of Jersey Man, Philly Man magazine.
I wrote the cover story. It was tough duty, but somebody had to do it.
How about that? Who is that now? Militia Johnson, huh?
Misha Johnson from Channel
Misha.
3, yes.
Okay.
Very pretty girl inside and out.
And from 97.5 The Fanatic, we welcome back Harry Mays.
Good to be
see
back,
you.
Harry.
Great to be back. Let's talk about the British Open. It's ready to tee off at Royal Birkdale. You've been there, Joe, and done that, haven't
I
you?
have. I was there in 1998 when Mark O'Meara won.
Mark O'Meara, 9th time or 10th time this year for the Open Championship there. What can you tell us? What do you recall about the course itself?
Not the most glamorous of British Open sites. Most people, when they think of the British Open, they think of Scotland. You know, the famous courses in Scotland, but there's several in England, this being one of them, that are tried and true venues. Royal St. George's, Holyoke, Royal Lytham and St. Anne's, and Birkdale. The odd thing about Birkdale is the clubhouse is a very modern clubhouse. It doesn't look like it goes with the golf course.
It looks like
Looks
it's
like a
sort of
ship.
like a diner,
Looks
too,
like a
doesn't it?
ship.
Somewhere behind the
Yeah.
18th green. It's been there. It's an iconic clubhouse. Kenny, do you have any thoughts on this year's Open Championship?
Well, doing a little research, the names that have won at Birkdale are very impressive. You've got Arnold Palmer, Lee Trevino, Ian Baker Finch. You've got a lot of known players. So that would lead me to believe that one of the bigger names might be successful there as well. I don't know what you think about that, Joe, but certainly the field is getting tighter when you're seeing all these new names win on a weekly basis.
Yes, I don't know how you don't put a little money on this John Rahm guy who was just.
Well, that was going
Golfing
to
as
be
a
my
ball.
question to you, Harry. John, I know you're a big John Rahm
I'm a
guy.
huge fan.
You already?
Already. He's had me hooked since Torrey Pines, actually, when he won his first event on the PGA Tour. And the display he put on in the Irish Open was just unbelievable, notwithstanding the gaff on 6, where he probably should have been penalized 2 strokes. But this guy's got all kinds of game. He can do it. The long game, you know, his putting is pretty good. His short game, he displayed that many times when he got in trouble on Sunday in that final round 65. And I just think that he's going to be giving the United States a lot of fits in Ryder Cups for years to come, and I think he's going to give Rory McIlroy all he can handle.
Rory McIlroy hasn't been hard to give all he can handle of late. I don't know, is it the equipment, the layoff, the
I think
injuries?
it's the putter. I think he's having severe putter issues. I know he's changed putters here once or twice recently, and you know, I've said this before in this show, I think he's got the most athletic swing, he and Dustin Johnson, on the game, but you got to get it in the hole, and the flat stick's where it's at. So.
Speaking of Dustin, I think the odds makers, and they love this over in Great Britain, the UK, he is the favorite over your guy, John Rahm.
Yeah, that
the last
doesn't
time I
surprise me.
checked. Yeah. The course, I think it sets up, Joe, with the last 4 holes, they have 2 par 5s. So if you're hanging in there in your round and can get by the first 14, you can make some hay maybe down the stretch.
There are 2 things to note about Royal Birkdale. But this is where Justin Rose made his initial name as an amateur, finishing
98?
strong. Yeah, it was. And also, I didn't realize this until reading this morning. It was in 1961. Arnold Palmer, the British Open, had sort of fallen out of favor from the 30s and 40s, and it was Palmer who went there in '61 that made it a must-attend tournament again for the first time in a couple decades.
All right, well, let's fast forward now from Arnold back in the 60s to the current event. Who is your champion when they you know, the Open Champion of the Year is?
Although I do like Justin Rose's chances, I'm going with the Rahmer, and it won't be anywhere near 24 under par, though. It'll be single digits, but I like John Rahm.
John Rahm. Kenny?
You know, I have to think that Rory has geared his entire year around this tournament going home. So I'm going to say Rory breaks out of his slump and wins the British Open.
Joe, your champion?
I'll go with Dustin Johnson. Why not?
There you go. A lot of choice. I'm going to go with Mr. Rose. I think he's going to capture that claret jug at Royal Birkdale.
Be a nice place.
We'll see. Take a look at it this week on TV. We'll be back. More of Inside Golf coming up in just a moment. Located in Bluebell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.